Ellie? Are you here?
Nick? Oh God, it's really you.
Well, it's hard to mistake this mug for anyone else.
You keep laughing at death. Someday, death's gonna laugh back.
Not as long as I got a few friends to back me up.
You saved Nick, this agency, and my job. Thank you.
Happy to do it.
Yeah? Go diving into scary pre-war ruins all the time then, do ya? Here. I know an amount wasn't on the table when you went out to find him, but you deserve a reward. Plus a little something extra. You know, if you're looking for work and don't mind putting on the detective hat, Nick sure could use a new partner.
Whoa. One case at a time, Ellie. Our new friend needs our help first. All right, let's get down to business. Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. When you're trying to find someone who's gone missing, the devil is in the details. Tell me everything you can, no matter how painful it might be.
We were in a vault when it happened. Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility.
You were on ice, huh? More importantly, you were underground, sealed up. It's a lot of obstacles to get through just to take one person. What else can you tell me?
We're looking for my baby, Sean. He's less than a year old. Why would anyone take him?
Good question. Why your family in particular, and why an infant? Someone would be taking on all of his care, and a baby needs a lot of it. Anything else you remember?
There was a man and a woman. They didn't say much, but I remember they called me the backup.
So we're talking a small team. Professionals. The kind that know to keep their lips tight when they're on the job. Not sure what the backup means, though. Well, that confirms it. This isn't a random kidnapping. Whoever took your kid had an agenda. There's a lot of groups in the Commonwealth that take people. Raiders, super mutants, the Gunners, and of course there's the Institute.
So you think this institute is responsible?
Well, they're the boogeymen of the Commonwealth. Something goes wrong, everyone blames them. Easy to see why. Those early model synths of theirs strip whole towns for parts, killing everything in their way. Then you got the newer models, good as human, that infiltrate cities and pull strings from the shadows. Worst of all, no one knows why they do it, what their plan is, or where they are. Not even me. And I'm a synth myself. The discarded prototype, anyway.
You're a prototype?
As far as I know. Never seen any other synth like myself. There's the older ones that are dumb as rocks and all metal, and there's the newer ones that are almost human. I'm somewhere in between.
You don't know anything about them. Really?
Some kind of security setting strips or blocks out those memories. And it's not just me. Any synth that gets trashed, left behind, or escapes the Institute has the same problem. Probably some kind of failsafe.
Either way, I need to find Sean.
You're right. The speculation is getting us off track. Let's focus on what you saw. What did these kidnappers look like?
The man who killed my husband, he had a handgun. I didn't get a clear look at it, but... that sound...
Could have been a large caliber revolver. Huh. I'm starting to get a clearer picture of the kind of man our perp is. Anything more you can tell me?
The woman was dressed in, I think it was a kind of hazard suit. The man had some sort of metal brace on his arm.
Maybe some kind of improvised armor? A lot of hired guns do that to look tough. The hazard suit is interesting. Not many mercs can afford something that fancy. What else do you remember about them?
One of them came right up to me. Bald head, scar across his left eye.
Wait. It couldn't be. You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
No. They never said their names.
It's way too big of a coincidence. Ellie, what notes do we have about the Kellogg case?
The description matches. Bald head, scar, reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but no one knows who his employer is.
And he bought a house here in town, right? And he had a kid with him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The house in the abandoned West Stands. The boy with him was around 10 years old.
There's no way that could be Sean.
Yeah, big difference between an infant and a 10-year-old, but that doesn't mean we're on the wrong track. He could have a son of his own. Or maybe he's turned kidnapping into a bad habit. In any event, they both vanished a while back. No trace. Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address. See if we can snoop out where he went.
Security doesn't really go to that part of town, but you two should still be careful.
I always am.
I don't know why we let Valentine live in the city. He saves 1 or 2 people, and everyone forgets he's a freaking sin.
Didn't want Ellie to hear this, but I think you should know. Everything I dug up about Kellogg before his disappearance? Bad news. He's more than just a mercenary. He's a professional. Quick, clean, thorough. Has no enemies, because they're all dead. Except you. 9 to 1 odds says he's our man. It's more than just you identifying his distinguishing features. The MO is all him as well. Leading a small team to kidnap a baby and leaving one of the parents alive for later? Not many mercs in the Commonwealth can pull that off. Here we are. Keep an eye out, will you? Let's see if I can get this open. That's one heck of a lock. Got something to hide, Kellogg? Why don't you give it a try?
No way I could pick this.
No luck? Guess we'll need to find the key. See that platform in the distance, near the city entrance? That's the elevator to the mayor's office. Why don't you go ask around there? I'll stay here and see if I can jimmy this lock.
Why doesn't the mayor come out of his office, huh? He's afraid of talking to the press? I bet if I said I was with the Institute, he'd come running.
You ever think maybe you could get a man's attention easier if you use softer words, honey? Maybe shout a little less?
Oh, that reminds me of this article I'm writing about the mayor's affair with a certain air-headed blonde. Oh, look who it is. What brings you to the mayor's office, huh?
What are you doing here, Piper?
Trying to find out why the mayor happens to be meeting with the same suspicious-looking courier every other week. Not from any settlement I've ever heard of. And not from a caravan. Always in and out before anyone has a chance to talk to him. An errand boy from the Institute, maybe. After this article comes out, that's what everyone's gonna be asking.
If you are done crowding the reception area, Miss Piper, the mayor needs to make time for more responsible citizens.
I was just leaving anyway.
The mayor's receiving visitors as long as they aren't members of the press. Did you need help?
Who do I talk to if I need to find a key to a house that's been locked up?
If you're talking about a property that the city has seized, we only have one on the books. Mr. Kellogg's old house. You'd have to ask the mayor directly if you want the keys.
I'll talk to the mayor then.
He set aside time to talk to petitioners all day. Best of luck.
No funny business around the mayor. Got it?
Ah, yes. I remember you. Our new arrival. I wish I was in your shoes, getting to see our glorious city for the first time. How can I help you?
I'm looking for a key to a house in the city. I assume the mayor's office has a copy.
Well, we don't have every key in the city. Where would we put them all? Besides, every citizen in my city has a right to their privacy. Now, if we did have a key, only the owner can ask for it. That's my final word.
Please, Mayor McDonough. This man, Kellogg, kidnapped my baby. I need to find him.
Oh, of course. I will do everything in my power to help you overcome this horrible personal tragedy. I remember Mr. Kellogg. Didn't like him myself. Paranoid. Never talked to anyone. I doubt you'll find him. But I insist you take the key to his old house. It's been abandoned, though. I'm afraid this whole thing might be fruitless.
Let's take a look around. Kellogg must have left something behind. Place seems small to you? Figured a guy like Kellogg would think big. Well, that's one way to hide a room. Well, look at this. All of a Merc's favorite things.
Gwinnett's stout beer, 44 caliber bullets, cigars, San Francisco sunlights.
Interesting brand. Won't lead us anywhere on its own, though.
I wonder if dog meat could pick up the scent.
Say, that's not a bad idea. Some dogs out there in the Commonwealth can track a man for miles. Why don't you go fetch him and let him have a whiff? See if he picks up the trail. Before you head out, I know this is personal business. If you have to face Kellogg on your own, just say so. Besides, you already have plenty of company. We can't all go sniffing through the Commonwealth after one man.
I want you with me on this, Nick.
All right. Right. Now let's get that bastard. This is your show from here on out, okay? You say jump, I'll say how high.
Dog meat. Get the scent, boy. Got something, boy?
The latest hairstyles from the upper stands.
Read the public and be prepared.
And there she is, the most resilient woman in the Commonwealth.
Enough! Just... Where is my baby?
Lady, I'm just a puppet like you. My stage is a little bigger, that's all. Sean's a good kid. So maybe he's not quite a baby anymore, but he's doing great. Only, he's not here. He's with the people pulling the strings.
Tell me where he is, damn it.
Fine. I guess you've earned that much. Sean's in a good place. Where he's safe and comfortable and loved. A place he calls home. The Institute.
So where is it, huh? This institute? How do I get there?
Haven't you been paying attention? You don't find the Institute. The Institute finds you. You open the closet, it's just a closet. You can never find the monster that hides inside. Not until it jumps out at you. But I think we've been talking long enough. We both know how this has to end. So, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Question is, are you?
Movement detected. Curious. Under Institute authority. Terminating intruder.
I'm doing the world a service.
Actuator damaged.
take a look around. Get all the intel this place could hide. I hate to say this, but we should probably check the body.
All this tech. You were barely human.
So, Kellogg wasn't giving us any bull. Your son really is on the inside. Even I don't know where the Institute is, and they built me.
You don't know anything, Nick?
Look at me. I'm trash. They threw me in the junk pile ages ago. Just another discarded prototype. Didn't exactly leave me the house keys. We're in the weeds here. Time to take a step back. Bring in some fresh eyes. Only person I know willing to snoop up the Institute's tail feathers is Piper, the reporter in Diamond City. I say we head her way. Talk this through.
How could Piper help us?
Trust me, that dame knows a lot more than she lets on. And she lets on a lot. If I know her, she's done her homework. And we need to talk this through with someone.
Diamond City it is.
Hey, chin up. I know the night just got darker, but it won't last forever.
Of the Commonwealth. Do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful. We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Hey.
Oh, hey. So, how'd things go with the Ron? Did he have anything interesting for us?
Good work on the robot. Very helpful.
Yeah, I thought so. It was real helpful in carrying everything back here. I'm thinking I'll keep it around. Use it to guard the place. Maybe teach it to play Blast Radius or something. But enough talk about the robot. I want to know how things went with the Ron. Did he have anything good for us?
Is everyone in the Commonwealth so goddamn crazy?
Yeah, the Ron's a character, all right. But after you get to know him, he's not so bad. So, what did the coolest cat in the Commonwealth have for us?
Take a look.
Hey, I've seen one of these before. It's a vigor tester, right? Lets you measure a person's qualities. How'd they make her so tiny? One I used was the size of a whole cabinet. Hey, hold still for a sec. Well, goddamn. I knew you were charming. But according to this thing, you're a regular Dean Domino.
Stop. You're making me blush.
Then my work here is done. The Ron really found this for us, did he? Not bad. This'll come in real useful. Help us assign the right people to work the right jobs. Here. You should keep hold of this. I think you'll put it to better use than me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Besides, I'm betting you had to jump through more than a few hoops in order to get the thing. Only right you get to keep it.
How are things here while I was gone?
Well, as you can see, I've been busy. I've been organizing everything we brought back from the Vault-Tec HQ. Including the most important thing, the Vault-Tec version of a comm hub. Or Vault Hub, as I started calling it.
Yeah? Why is that?
I got tired of typing out Vault-Tec comm hub in my notes. Besides, Vault Hub just sounds better. Actually, thanks to Vault Hub, I've already made some progress starting repairs to the real thing. Turn it on and I'll show you what I mean. I'm sure you remember that noise. What you're hearing there are radio signals from all the nearby Asams. Turns out that's how the sensors and the hub connect with each other. Kind of obvious when you think about it. Don't know how I didn't realize sooner.
Makes sense.
Now, if you listen carefully, you can probably tell something ain't right. Seems Vault-Tec had problems with their hub's receiver module. It can't establish a stable connection. But, watch what happens when we bypass the crappy receiver in the Vault Hub and instead patch in the far superior comm hub version. Now that sounds a whole lot better, don't it? Clearly the receiver from the comm hub works just fine. And that little demonstration is how we can use the Vault Hub to start testing components of the comm hub. Through trial and error, we can swap out parts, find what works and what doesn't, what we need to repair and what we need to replace. It'll be a slow process, but worth it in the end. I think we're finally on the road to getting a working comm hub, and more out of our Asams.
You've done good work.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, I was actually worried you might be losing confidence in me. Glad to know I was wrong. Oh, and by the way, thanks to that little patch job we just did, technically speaking, we're now connected to every ASAM sensor in the immediate area.
Oh yeah?
This means we can now remotely send and receive data to any nearby ASAMs. So here, take this. That's the holotape you found. The one with the new plot types. Why don't you load into that terminal there? Go ahead. Load that holotape into that terminal. Maybe something good will happen.
Excuse me.
You wanted more out of the Asams? Well, congratulations. You just uploaded data for 4 new plot types to all the Asam sensors in the local area. Now, how's that for a little taste of what the ComHub can do? Not too shabby, huh? Although, keep in mind, when I said local, I do mean local. Right now, our range is fairly limited, at least for the time being.
That shouldn't be a problem.
I'm sure in time we can boost the range, but good to know you're not disappointed. In any settlement that's not too far away, you'll now be able to build using those new plots. If you'd like, we could go test them right now, or if you prefer, you can do it by yourself.
Can you tell me about them?
Sure, I could give you a brief summary. Overall, there are 4 new plots to build. There's one for stores, recreation, governance, and even defense.
How are you going to test it?
Same way we did last time. You put down a plot, and we'll see what it makes.
Okay. Show me.
I'd be more than happy to. And I know just the place. Here, let me just update your Pip-Boy. All right. I'll meet you at that settlement. Don't keep me waiting now.
Hey, how's it going? Seen you around town before. I don't suppose you'd be interested in checking out the mostly open, new and improved Fallon's department store, would you?
What's going on here?
Well, me and this doll, Carnal, she's inside, ended up run out of our last town and found this place totally up for the grabs. And me, oh, I know a good deal when I see one. So I turn to Carnal and I say, "Hey, baby, why don't we set up here, just you and me, see what we can get going on?" And she said, "You're gonna love this. Sure, but don't call me baby." God, I love that woman. Best friend I've ever had. So, you interested in looking around?
That does sound interesting.
Doesn't it? Told Carnal someone would stop by eventually. All right. Well, if you'll just follow me inside. Hey. All right, here we are. Be careful not to trip over all the, dust. Yeah. I'm gonna be frank with you. Ain't much going on here just yet. But once we get this place going, oh boy, it'll be just like home, no problem.
How'd you end up here?
Well, me and a group of pals been in the Commonwealth a while now. Nomad sort, you know the kind. We got caught in a firefight with some raider types. Me and Carnal ran one way, they ran the other. Kept running till we ended up here. Seemed a nice enough place. More importantly, it was free, so hey, why not, you know? Ain't seen the others since. Hope they're doing all right. Hey, Carnal! We got somebody interested in our biz! And bring the camera!
Just a moment, I'm refreshing.
She'll be down quick. Why don't you, take a seat? Or maybe look around. We don't got anything really worth stealing, unless you're interested in old coffee cups and clipboards. I didn't mean it like that, but you know what? It's fine, I guess.
Dylan called?
Hey, Sugar. Found someone willing to help us. Ain't that right?
Yeah, I'm here to help. What's the problem?
Okay, job's real simple. All we need is a few pictures of nice-looking outfits. For references, you know? Got this camera from the back. Should still work. How about a shot of that Jake fella lives over in the hardware store? Handsome devil he is. Hell of a style, too. Should be a great place to start. Try not to let him spot you.
Why all the secrecy?
I just don't want the guy getting the wrong idea, you know? Don't get me wrong, he's a good-looking fella. And if I had the time, I'd love to chat with him, but I got a shop to set up. Maybe after, though.
Yes, after.
Aw, don't be jealous, babe. You'll always be my number one.
Oh, you. Connell do this right?
What's your angle?
No angle. I mean it. I just need some good reference photos for my work. I ain't really the artsy type, so hopefully this helps. That inspiration stuff I heard about.
What if I get caught?
It's not like a real issue if you do, just don't know how the guy'll take it. If he's cool with it, then it's whatever. But if he's not, then just, maybe you leave my name out?
This seem like trick.
Is it? Shit, I guess it kinda is, huh? Don't worry, babe, it'll be fine. When have I ever led you wrong?
Can't be too hard. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. You're a real doll. If you want, you can always stick around a bit after this. Take a look around the mostly a shop.
Toodaloo.
How's it hanging?
Hi.
Well, hey there. I'll see Craig made it out of his little situation okay enough. The scars are mental, at least. Any word on Pat?
I did. I'm sorry, but he's dead.
Oh. Well, I'm real sorry to hear that. He was a good kid. Deserved better. Here's your some compensation for your efforts. I appreciate it. Well, now that that's sorted, I'm gonna get myself set up here. If you want to come back in a day or so, I may have some work for you.
Anything I can lug for you? Let me ask you something.
Is something wrong?
Well, I sort of had the same question. It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Why do you ask?
I just had a hard go with the transition myself. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Massacre of the CPG. What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why would you want to live among bigots like that?
Now, I couldn't really blame them, given the circumstances. But folks sure started turning the other cheek when I showed up with the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
Well, I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
Was it hard, settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Nice choice. Let's get up some defenses. I'm sure you'll appreciate this, Paul. Raiders will have a hard time taking on someone with enough of these.
Oh, and why is that?
This plot will allow folks to set up proper defenses within the settlement. No more jury-rigged turrets and spotlights. Now we can have real watchtowers, guard posts, coordinated patrols, the whole shebang. It'll take folks with the correct skills to man them, but it'll be well worth the effort.
So, no more raider attacks?
Well, let's not give it too much credit. I'm sure some will still be dumb enough to try. But you should see a lot less attacks with a few of these. Okay, just time this and all done.
Sounds like Ellie needs to talk to us. We should head back to the office next chance we get.
Rupco is proud to present our most recent advancement in Rupco brand Asams sensor technology. Your citizens can now breathe easy, knowing their safety is being guaranteed with practical and cost-effective solutions. Thanks to Rupco brand Asams sensors, all true-blooded Americans can now volunteer their time to keep their communities safe for their fellow citizens. Rupco brand Asams sensors, securing America one community at a time. Brought to you in conjunction with Pulaski Preservation Services.
I've been around for a long time. Seen a lot of things come and go. But I get the feeling right now is one of those times for the history books.
Looking to do a little commerce, are we? All right, then. Capitalism. Who?
So what's this you're building now?
Once it's done, this'll be the commercial plot. And it's pretty much what it says on the can. It'll allow folks to set up their own businesses, letting them sell wares to you or anyone else who pays them a visit.
Oh, I'm sure the young lady who was kicking the Asam would be happy to hear that.
If you ask me, there's a certain charm to a brick-and-mortar store. Or in this case, a scrap wood and corrugated steel store. All right, almost done here, I think. And... finished.
Commonwealth's not an easy place to travel alone. Nice to have someone watching my back.
Nothing like a little commerce. It's all looking good so far. Let's keep going.
knew this real prissy Brahmin baron once. Never met a man who took so much pride in selling cow dung.
Going for some recreation, huh? Okay then. Let's build us some R&R. From what I've read, this type of plot gives folks somewhere to go after the working day's done. You know, somewhere they can take a load off. Maybe read a book, or exercise, or something.
I can tell you now, something like that would be a big morale boost.
It's stressful living in the Commonwealth. Sometimes you need somewhere to blow up a little steam. All right, one more screw and we're done.
stroll through the park, an afternoon pumping iron at the gymnasium, or a night on the town rolling the dice with Lady Luck. Leisure is what keeps America smiling, and with Robco brand Asams sensors, your citizens can now enjoy a multitude of pre-approved leisure activities. So, put up your feet, sit back and relax, because when it comes to wholesome recreation, Robco has got your back. Yes, Robco brand Asams sensors, #1 in practical citizen placation, #1 in outstanding quality.
I can't honestly remember the last time I sat down and had a rest. Maybe I should be the first to use this. All right. Everything seems to be going well so far. I'll admit, I was a tad worried this might not work. I mean, we are using the Vault Hub to run these new plot types. How's everything look from your point of view? Nothing seems out of place or incomplete, does it?
Why do you ask?
This is the first time we're building these new plots, and we're using less than perfect hardware to do it. I just want to make sure nothing seems out of place or missing.
Seems fine to me.
Ah, good to hear. What about you, old Paul? See anything that don't look right?
All looks good to me. But didn't you say you had 4 plots to show me? I'm only counting 3. Or are my cataracts playing up again?
No, you're right. We only put down 3 so far. But the last plot requires a little more explanation. So if you're ready, should we get on with it?
What's next?
All right, last but not least, we have the municipal plot. Go ahead and put down an ASAM for that.
Hey.
I'll see what I can do.
Over here.
Count on it.
Wait there.
I'll stay put.
Okay then, last plot on the list.
Now, this looks a little more complicated. What did you say this was again?
A municipal plot. You can think of it as a settlement's utility service. So it could be something like a power station or a water pump. Only more advanced than what you'd normally see in the wastes.
Oh, I get you. Or maybe a really big septic tank or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, just gotta plug in this cable, and we're done.
Public utilities? What a headache! Well, not anymore. Thanks to Robco. With Robco brand Asams sensors, the needless complexities of city service infrastructure are over. No more worrying over balancing the power grid, ensuring sufficient drainage of waste, or the delivery of safe, clean drinking water. Yes, each of life's essentials available for all your citizens, courtesy of Robco. And remember, only Robco brand Asam sensors can offer the versatility and stability your citizens crave. If it's not Robco, it's gotta go!
All right, we're done. That's everything. But before we go wrapping things up, I gotta mention that these municipal plots seem a lot more versatile than the other types Robco released. Some of the building plans seem like they could construct things for governance or even logistical facilities. Although, we'll probably have to get the comm hub running right to make use of the real good stuff. But still, pretty nifty, huh?
Tell me more.
Just try and stop me. Now, one of the plots we just tested was the commercial, and commerce means caps. So it might be a good time to talk about taxes.
Let's hear it.
Now, everyone loves caps. And who can blame them, right? And a settlement needs them just as much as anything else. Now, I know it may seem boring or even greedy, but taxes really are important. Our settlements are growing, and it's going to take caps to keep generators humming. Gasoline ain't exactly growing out the dirt. As always, you did great work. Thanks to you, the people of the Commonwealth can look forward to things being just that little bit better now.
It would have been impossible without your help.
Yeah, well, I didn't really do nothing special, but still, I appreciate you saying so.
Well, speaking on behalf of those living in the Commonwealth, I gotta say thank you. All these new types of Asams, it's a little overwhelming to think what we could do with them.
Glad you're happy, Paul. If you could tell others what you saw here, spread the word around, that'll be a big help.
You can count on old Paul. I'll get right on it.
So, tell me, darling, how does it feel to have every plot type at your disposal? You're now free to build pretty much whatever you like. As long as it's not too far away.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm impressed.
Once the comm hub's actually running, we should be able to build the new plot points anywhere. Say, now that we've got all these Asams placed, I wonder if we could get some real-time communication working. You know, two-way radio. I'm gonna head back to the hardware store. I want to look into this. Swing on by when you're free. I'll have something to show you.
Sure thing.
I'll catch you later, darling.